Talking today to Donovan Marsh, who is the director and writer of iNumber. Donovan, how did the film come to be made?
It's quite an interesting story, actually, Russell. I made a TV show called Class Act, which was like Pop Idol, but for actors. And we had this amazing winner, a guy called S'dumo Mtshali. The show was on SABC1, and he was voted in by the public at large, which was kind of my plan to create an audience for a movie. And he won. His prize was a feature film that I was going to write and direct for him. And it took me 2 years from the end of the show to put the film together, raise the financing, get all the pieces in place. And that's how the film came about.
And he must have been quite a charismatic figure to command that amount of attention from you.
Well, he's such a worthy winner of the TV show, and he's such a fabulous actor as well. So I was just so fortunate to have a guy with this built-in audience in a way to star in my film. And the fact is, had I cast my movie just around the country, I probably would have cast that guy anyway. That's how good he is. And actually, since the TV show, he's had this amazing career in television and film, and he's doing exceptionally well, and I'm privileged to have him in the film.
And what's the story of the film, for those who haven't seen it?
Well, you know, what I wanted to do was make South Africa's first sort of action film. We've had a couple of sort of action-themed films, but nothing with a true action hero. And I love the heist genre as well, so it's a kind of a heist genre film, action film. It's about a cop, undercover cop, who gets disillusioned with the corruption and the crime and decides that his only option is to turn to crime himself. So he's busy investigating this gang, and he's penetrated them, and instead of busting them, he decides to join them. And it's the consequences of those actions.
And there's going to be a Hollywood remake.
That there is, yes. Which is just so exciting. I'm correct in saying it's the first South African film that is ever going to get remade in the United States of America. And that just happened because the film first got accepted in the Toronto Film Festival, which is one of the biggest film festivals in the world. And there it got noticed by XYZ Films, who are a sales agent. They picked it up. And then they started shopping it around Hollywood. And we actually had 3 studios who were interested in remaking the film. So there was a bit of a bidding war going on, which is quite exciting. And Universal Studios eventually won it.
And what happens when there is a remake? Do money changes hands?
Sure. It's not that fantastic at this point in time. They're just paying for the option, like they would option a book.
Yeah.
They're optioning the movie. And then they have a certain amount of time in which to make the film. If they eventually make the film, that'll be very good for us financially and for the industry here in South Africa.
And what's your next project?
I had a couple of irons in the fire. I have Zoo City, which is a Lauren Beukes novel. Lauren's latest novel, Shining Girls, has been picked up by Leonardo DiCaprio. She's a really hot author at the moment. But I'm doing the book just before that called Zoo City, which I'm writing and adapting and directing for Helena Spring, who's producing. And I'm also attached to a movie called 13 Hours, which is based on a very popular South African book by Deon. Meyers. It's a detective story, and that book has done exceptionally well all over the world.